Errol Spence fans are delusional. And it's impossible to talk to them. It's impossible to talk to them about just boxing. And they're so delusional, and they're such fans of Errol Spence, that they assume that everyone else is just simply Terrence Crawford fans, and that we're spinning and spinning the narrative, and they're not projecting on us. And they're projecting. I like both fighters. In a head-to-head matchup, I favor Terrence Crawford. Do I think Errol Spence is more popular than Terrence Crawford? No. Has he sold more? Yes. Has he been promoted better? Yes. I've watched Terrence Crawford fights before, and there were other fights on. Same thing they do to Shakur Stevenson. Like, there are other fights on, other boxing matches while Shakur is fighting. That's not good. There are other events on. That's not good. I remember one time Spence was fighting. This is the first time he really got the big ratings. I can't even think of who the fuck he was fighting. It may have been Lamont Peterson. It was like on a Tuesday. It wasn't nothing else on. And he did like 2-3 million in fucking ratings because there was nothing else on. That's how you promote. Al Heyman obviously knows how to promote certain fighters better than Bob Arum. That's just true. So the argument over who deserves more is hey, 55, 45, 60, 40, 50, 50. That shit don't matter to me. I don't think neither one of them is more popular than the other. So you got that. Why do I favor Terrence Crawford in a head-to-head matchup? Well, I think Errol Spence's style is a great style, but I think it's designed to outwork, outpace, and outmuster the classic boxer puncher. That's what his style is designed for. He's going to throw a fuck ton of jabs. He's going to get an inside. He's going to fight you on the inside. Most boxer punchers are outboxers. They don't like the inside. Errol Spence is going to go in there. He's going to bang up your fucking body. He's going to keep punching. Does he throw a lot of punches? Yes. Early on, he throws a lot of jabs, and he mixes them in with power shots. Later on, it's just fucking pure power shots mixed in with a few jabs just to get inside once he breaks your wheel. So it's not like he's just coming in the gate throwing power punches. Errol has an excellent tank. He doesn't get tired. He's big. He's strong. I believe Errol Spence has been the biggest, strongest, youngest person in all of his fights, including Terrence Crawford. He would still be bigger. Strength is debatable simply because of Crawford's wrestling background and him lifting weights and shit. But naturally, he's the bigger, stronger person, and he's younger. And I think Spence has enjoyed that advantage in all of his fights. I think he's going to run out, and that advantage is not going to mean nothing against Crawford. So I take what he does to Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia with a grain of salt, because to me, his style is designed to beat that style. What he did to Kell Brook, even though Kell Brook is a level above those two guys, especially at the 147 weight class, he was losing that fight up until he wasn't losing. That's what happens. So me knowing that he was losing that fight up until he wasn't losing let me know that he pulled what he had out of the bag to win. There's no other gear. Well, excuse me. There's plenty of other gears because he could turn up because he has the gas tank. But there's no hidden skill of Errol Spence that we haven't seen. I don't believe so. He's kind of limited from the outside, which is nothing wrong with it. Terrence Crawford is limited on the inside. But Spence doesn't really counter. He's not very good at countering. I watched a lot of fucking Spence fights after listening to a lot of delusional Spence fans. I've literally went back and like, what the fuck are they looking at? And I can't find it because it doesn't exist. Spence is not a good counter puncher. He doesn't counter. What he does do, if you counter the jab, he'll just start throwing 1-2s. So you counter after the jab and you'll get hit with straight left because he was going to throw it anyway. Not that he countered you. He just kind of switched it up a little bit in how he was throwing his punches. Spence is not the fucking juggernaut, man. He gets hurt. Okay? He doesn't just break bones. I know he got Ugas' eye, he got Kell Brook eye, but that's what happened when you're sitting there punching on a motherfucker that long. You know, the human body is very unique. You know, if you sit in one place for too long, you fuck around and get bed sores and you fuck around and die just from sitting down. You gotta get hit. So imagine a motherfucker hitting you 50 times around in the same spot or in similar spot. Yeah, some's gonna fucking break or get bruised, man. I don't mean he's the fucking juggernaut or he's fucking Iron Man or nothing like that. He's a good boxer. And these guys were able to take his punch to the degree that they wasn't snapping out. You know, they wasn't losing all their facilities. So he kept banging them, and then, shit, some gave way. Some eyes are going to get fat. Some cheeks are going to get bruised. Some ribs are going to get sore. That's going to happen when somebody continuously hitting you over and over. That doesn't make him unique. With Crawford counters. Spence has the better jab. Crawford has the better lead hand. You can do more than with your lead hand and jab. I don't know if you know that. So if Spence want to trade jabs for fucking right hooks, if Crawford's in the southpaw stance and he's hooking him over that jab, and that hook stopped Kell Brook damn near. That started the stop to Kell Brook. I'll take it. I think that's an advantage Crawford. Straight lefts, about even. I may give Spence the power in the left hand, but the power in the right hand is all Crawford. Spence right hand is really only versatile once he gets inside and he's hooking to the bodies. Crawford is a right-handed fighter who damn near hits as hard as Spence with his left hand. Durability, about even. Seen both of them hurt. Seen both of them rattle. I know you've seen Crawford on Bambi leg. You say, that is from this person. A lot of you guys don't know what you're looking at. Fighters get hurt all the fucking time. They get hurt all the time. And other fighters concede the fact that they got hurt. All right? Fighters make mistakes. Both fighters do. Crawford is a better matador than a bull. Spence is a better bull than a matador. What I mean, Spence is very good at coming forward, but Crawford fights better at going backwards. Crawford fighting forward is a huge advantage because Spence kind of is not that great fighting going backwards. He just pretty much jab 1-2 if you stay there and keep your head on the line, like Mikey Garcia. Spence is kind of limited going backwards. I think Crawford fights in both directions a little better. I give the advantage to Crawford. The only way I can see Crawford possibly losing if he just go in there and fights like Ugas and just think, I'm going to take what you got and I'm going to try to knock you out. If he goes in there and say, I'm just going to knock this guy out, and instead of picking his spots, I think he wins. I think there's an angle around that jab. Again, Crawford is right-handed. You know, step to the side of that jab. Crawford lead hand is really in the front. His power hand is his right hand is in the front. Boom. That's gonna take a huge effect on that right eye of Spence. So Crawford has plenty of ways to beat Spence that I can see. Only thing Spence will be able to do is you're telling me he's gonna walk through Crawford punches, not get countered consistently, get on the inside and bang Crawford. And Crawford's just going to quit. Now, imagine Crawford can fight on the inside, and he's a better matador than the bull, so he can back up. He can take some angles that way. He can adjust. I see Crawford winning. That's it. That's why I picked Crawford in head-to-head matchup. I like both fighters. I've never went against Spence until this point. But as far as his fans, y'all motherfuckers are delusional. All right, both of these guys are old. It ain't got shit to do with the car accident. Both of them has been through some shit. You know, at one point, Crawford was about to get his fucking hand cut off. Spence been through an accident. He's been through an eye injury. Both of them, Crawford got shot. That shit don't matter. Both of them are in their 30s. People tend to dwindle a little bit in their 30s. Crawford's a little older, but, athleticism kind of dwindles. Most sports, 32, 35, 33, guys are on their way out of the fucking door. Football, basketball, guys on their way out of the door. This guy who used to be uber productive is now, just kind of living off his name. Now with modern medicine, that's changed a little bit, but I mean, neither one of them have much longer. That's pretty much all I'm going to say right now. I'm out.